This episode of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Jack Threads. Coming up, it's time to find out what else is on our radar this week.
The Totally Rad Show.
Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad Show.
So we are back with On My Radar. It's basically the segment where we like to jam in things that maybe just didn't get a chance to fit in, or something that has been on our personal radar but that hasn't made it into the show.
You should call this square pegs, round holes.
Square pegs, round holes. The round hole is television. The square peg is anything. I don't know what that means. So let's just go around the horn, shall we? Throw the ball back, Bart? Dan, what's been
What do I have to do? What do I have to?
Oh, catch.
Just do something with the ball of some sort?
Jeff, pass.
Okay.
Well, you already dropped it.
I saw an awesome movie. I saw one of my favorite movies of the year, my favorite movies of the summer, one of my favorite movies of my life, I'm sure. It's called Samsara. It's the it's the follow-up to, one of the follow-ups to Baraka, a movie I've talked about on the show a number of times. Have you guys seen Baraka?
No.
No, but we know what it is from you.
No, but I have played him in Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
But also I saw the trailer for
Samsara?
Samsara.
Don't even watch the trailer. It's not going to do justice looking on a TV screen. Baraka, you guys should go to. It plays the Egyptian like once every couple of months. And 70mm. One of the few movies shot in 70mm. Samsara, one of the few movies shot in 70mm. Today comes out. Everyone's shooting in HD and IMAX, whatever. None of that. 70mm, folks. If you can't see in 70, you should. You probably won't. It's opening in. It's opening.
No one listens to me.
It's opening in limited release on August, or it's opening August 24th. I don't know where. You should check that out. Please run out and go see it. I'm going to tell you what it is.
But wait, there's more.
It and Baraka are done by this guy Ron Frick. They're kind of like, I'm gonna name another movie that sounds ridiculous, but Scotzi, but that's a little bit more famous because Francis Ford Coppola produced it.
Have seen that one.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a lot like that. But you probably saw it in like school on VHS, and it's whatever.
Well, it's sort of like what have become like Planet Earth or like the Frozen Planet.
Yeah.
All these,
well,
like,
they've always had
super
Nova
HD.
and like.
Well, no, but just like the super HD, beautiful.
Yeah.
Watching the world exist in a beautiful representation with amazing music.
That's what it's
to bring motion.
That is what it's like. There's a little bit more of a story here. It's not you don't hear a narration of anything you see, so you just see incredible sights like these Bollywood dancers and this tribe in Africa. I mean, there's all kind of same stuff that was in Baraka. There's performance art thing from this dude in London. But what's amazing, first of all, it's just amazing. On a pure, if you go to the
So what is amazing is that it's just amazing.
I mean, if you go to the Grand Canyon and see it with your own eyes, you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is literally awesome, right? That's what seeing this is. And there's a lot of things that the director spoke about, because there was a Q&A when I saw it about how it was difficult this time around because of YouTube. YouTube didn't exist in the 80s when Baraka was made or whenever. So now we've seen so many of these incredible things around the world on YouTube. But I will tell you, there is something in this that's on YouTube, like the Thai prisoners dancing.
Yeah.
Not the Thriller. They do it every day to different songs. So this was something else.
Prison.
And seeing it in 70mm was like, oh, you've not seen them. That little YouTube thing, that is not seeing it. Seeing it, and with the way they've edited it and the music behind it, is like mesmerizing. I'm telling you, it's like I said, like going to the Grand Canyon. Seeing this movie is the difference between going to the Grand Canyon and seeing footage of the Grand Canyon. Like, seeing this movie.
How do you find out if it's playing in 70mm, being projected in 70mm in your town?
Only if you have it would probably only be playing in 70mm in a cool theater. It wouldn't be at like the Regal or the AMC. It would be at your local, whatever repertory screen that plays whatever. Revival cinema or something. So but even if it's not playing in 70, even if it's not playing in 70, go see. It'll still look. You don't see things like this in the theater, and I promise you, it's not like seeing a movie. And I know the idea of it would be like I don't feel like no one's gonna want to see a movie like that. I assure you, you will not be able to take your eyes off the screen, and it will affect your life. You really will be like, really holy crap, like what? It's mesmerizing.
What's it called again?
Samsara. I promise you, you will not be unimpressed.
Okay.
It's incredible.
The impressive samsara.
I'm impressed with your description of it.
Yeah.
Jeff
Please
Cannata,
go.
catch.
I have a
Oh, he
couple of
didn't
quick
throw it.
hits.
Okay, quick hit.
First of all, I have to mention a board game that we have talked about. We are all huge fans of on this show, Wits and Wagers. There's a new version called Wits and Wagers Party.
Oh.
Played it last night for the first time. It takes a simple game and makes it simpler. No longer do you have to futz with that green felt anymore.
Interesting.
It simplifies the rules even further, so you're not. It makes the job of the banker much simpler. You don't have to like calculate what people bet. You're just doing one. It improves the quality of the materials infinitely. It has actual, real thick poker chips instead of those cheap plastic poker chips. New questions. It's just really streamlined and great. I had a great time playing it last night with the Weekend Confirmed crew.
Cool.
Another quick hit is a web series that a friend of mine is doing. It's animated. It is called Samurai Daycare, and it stars Matthew Lillard, I believe. Very funny. Highly recommend people check that out. And finally, an iOS game that came out, as you're seeing this last week, from Zynga. Horn. Have you played?
No, I just watched it's expensive, so.
$7.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Wait, is it an iOS game?
$7.
Yeah.
It's an iOS game. I play it on the iPad. It is
What is it?
Zelda
Okay.
with Unreal Engine graphics that are spectacular on the iPad. Like, can't believe your device is doing this.
Virtual sticks?
No, because
Okay.
you know I hate that.
Right.
I wouldn't be recommending
When you
it.
said Zelda, I was like,
Right? Touch to move. Combat is Infinity Blade. So it's a mashup between Zelda and Infinity Blade. Jeff Mattis from We Can Confirm hit me to this yesterday. It's really something special. Yes, it's $7, which is exorbitant for iOS, but it really isn't that big.
But
for
about the size of a coffee.
yeah, and it's a remarkably deep, robust, interesting game for iOS. I don't think it's really made for
iPod or iPhone.
that small of a screen.
Yeah.
But on the iPad, it's really spectacular looking, and it got like a hook shot, like Zelda. You got upgrades.
It's third person.
Third
right?
person, you touch to
And
move.
there's puzzle solving in it. It's not just.
Yeah,
it's-
and the combat is so rad because you get into these combat situations and then it turns into Infinity Blade where it's like gesture based, and then you can like tap this thing and he'll do a roll. It's really, really pretty cool, man. I was
Interesting.
impressed with
I
it.
might have to buy that.
Yeah, so those were on my radars.
Cool. So I have a couple with two things really. It was my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Suck it.
That's not what birthdays are for.
I love everybody. And thank you for the birthday wishes. So for my birthday, I'm a big. I got a crock pot back in the day, and I was a big fan of crock potting.
Yeah, I remember.
As it were. Still do crock pot. A lot. But I have been mesmerized by. I'm the kind of guy who flips through the TV channels. One of the reasons why I think TV's gonna be around for a while because I like the surfing aspect of it, and I'll watch stuff that I would never seek out. Like I stop on the QVC channel often and watch pressure cookers. They have these pressure cookers, and like Wolfgang Puck has a pressure cooker, and Elmer has a pressure cooker, and they all talk about like how you put stuff in there and you cook, and everything's under pressure. It's crazy. So Heather,
Everything's under.
and it's crazy. So Heather bought me a pressure cooker. So I've now attempted 2 meals.
So what is
So the whole
what is
concept-
I get what a crock pot does, how it adds flavor because the shit's just marinating forever. You know what I mean?
Right.
What does a pressure cooker bring to the table?
A pressure cooker is awesome because whereas the steam and moisture comes out of the most pots.
Right.
This pressure cooker doesn't release any of the steam, so it builds up a mass amount of pressure, and it's a lot of pressure. When it's done cooking and you open the steam thing, it's like a fucking train going off.
I've seen Radio Flyer, man. I know what happens when you don't put that lid on tight.
No, yeah.
You gotta-
And these
yeah.
now, these electric ones, I mean, it's crazy. You put the lid down and turn it, and it's like watching something from like a fucking 80s like action movie where they're moving nuclear material. Because literally it's got like 4 massive bolts, and you turn it and the bolts go ka-chunk and lock the lid down. I mean, it's crazy. But the whole point is because it's sort
Like
of
something that Heath Ledger's breaking into in the beginning.
yeah,
of that.
exactly. Seriously, but because it keeps all the pressure in, you don't need as much moisture to cook with because everything stays in there, right? You don't lose the moisture.
Okay.
2, it really infuses whatever you're having in there with the flavor of the liquid because it's basically just pushing the fucking liquid onto it.
Okay.
3, the best part, I did a 4-pound pot roast last night in 20 minutes.
Oh, it does things quick. So the opposite of
Massively
crock-pot.
quick.
Crock-pot is living in it for 12 hours.
And
This
super
is,
easy breezy. You can put in dry
Interesting. I
pasta.
might,
You can put in dry pasta and pasta sauce and close it. 5 minutes, you got brand new fresh
Turns
pasta.
into chicken.
Yeah. Pasta parmavane. I don't know what that means. Chicken's great. You can literally take a whole chicken, raw whole chicken, put it in
Live
there, season
chicken.
it up.
You put
it cuts it,
family of chicken.
defeathers it, the whole 9 yards, and you get little puppers.
It's a lot of pressure.
You get McNuggets.
But seriously, like 15 minutes, and you have like
Dude,
a
I'm
rotisserie
in.
chicken from
I'm
the
in.
grocery store in 15 minutes.
Up to this point, Dan's idea of pressure cooker was cook. Better cook.
Motherfucker. That's too much pressure.
Like
and
it.
so it's a lot of stuff. Now that said, I attempted.
Yeah, attempt is not the word I like to hear.
You're right. I attempted some sort of Thai chicken curry thing.
Yeah.
The chicken was amazing. I didn't really read up. I just kind of like threw some stuff in there and tried it. Oh, totally overcooked the veggies. Potatoes were great.
Is that called
Chicken
sag
was
pressure?
great. Yeah, the sag pressure. And then I did the pot roast last night, and it was very much a pot roast. Like it came out and you like slice it like roast beef.
That's Indian.
Oh, sag.
It was
That's
Indian.
Yeah.
It was Indian. I was
But
coming.
sag, I thought it was an actor thing.
Yeah, no. So I bought a cookbook, and I'm still gonna kind of be pushing forward with it because there's a bunch of curries, stews, chilies.
It didn't work out. It
pastas.
wasn't great.
The meat, I mean, it actually tasted amazing. I just didn't do the first one right because you're supposed to cook the chicken for like 5 minutes, then open it up, then put in the broccoli and close it for another 2 minutes so that the broccoli doesn't get cooked. I mean, I basically cooked the shit out of the broccoli.
Gotcha.
Tasted amazing. It just was also overcooked broccoli.
Wow.
And the pot roast came out
really
great.
sold me.
But
Guys,
you can do like
you guys have to go
stews,
see
beef
Sam Sarah.
stews,
I'm gonna
nachos.
buy a pressure cooker
Chili.
and you get a
Done.
horn.
I want a pressure cooker, buddy. We can like
Yeah.
trade recipes. So much fun. Anyway, those are the things that are on our radars. All right, everybody, be sure to stick around. We got a Twitter question coming at you right after this, but first, our sponsor.
Very proud to announce this, guys.
Yes.
Not in any small part to our hard work here. I'm happy to announce that Jack Threads has become the online shopping destination for dudes. The fine people at The have awarded Jack Threads that very high honor. It is the shopping destination for dudes. Are you a dude? Yes. Let me tell you why it has become the place for you to go. Everything on the site, up to 80% off. Why?
Crazy.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Because full prices for suckers. They got killer, contemporary, and street apparel, accessories, and gadgets. They got awesome brands. Just name 3 off the top of your heads, guys.
Converse, Penguin, and
Busted tees.
Busted Tees.
Good ones. Also, they got Vans, the Hundreds,
Ooh, John
Creative
Varvatos.
Recreation, New Era, Supra, Nixon, Ben Sherman.
John
You got-
Varvatos. You didn't want to.
I like John Varvatos.
John Varvatos.
I
Every
don't-
time you see a show, a game show, at the end, the host's suit is always provided by John Varvatos.
You know why?
I
Hosts,
love
not-
John Varvatos.
Hosts, not suckers.
Yeah.
Not suckers. It's so simple. All you got to do is check out the email that they send you day to day. They show you all the discounts that they've got going on. And it's back to school time. Perfect time to stock up on some fresh new
Stupid
clothes
simple.
at a fraction of the cost. And we don't want to make you wait and become a member like some suckers. We'll hook you up with a membership because you're a member of TRS. Find out why the place to be is jackthreads.com. Go to jackthreads.com/TRS. You'll hop to the front of the line.
Perfect.
High fives all around.
Done
Sweet
High fizzles.
looking.
It's time for the high fizzles. Get yourself some high fizzles by sending in a background. Vans at TotallyRadShow.com. High fizzles.
Join us tomorrow for Versus.
All right, everybody. Today's Twitter question sent in with the hashtag TRSQ is sent in by Steve Pedretti
Platypus man.
at platypusman_.
Walking.
Walking zombies or running zombies? Now,
Yeah, well, we have to clarify what the question is. Attacking us?
Attacking? Yeah, if it's attacking us, there's an obvious choice.
Or just movies.
Let's
or
just say
just
in movies. Let's just say
characteristically.
in movies, and we should go on 3.
Yeah, attacking us walking so
Yeah.
that we can get
Yeah,
up
right,
on the
exactly,
bench.
of
Yeah,
course. All right, so we'll talk about it in 3, 2, 1. Running.
Wow, we're all sacrilegious.
Well, I just feel like
Sacrilegious.
it's,
We all
there's so much
are-
more urgency. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I think that
Like-
was a big improvement. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
it's like as much as we all love, vinyl
Shamble,
or
a
CD
good
or whatever,
shamble.
Good shamble.
MP3, the digital, that's an improvement,
Yeah, well, it certainly adds the level of action and
The tension of
But
gonna
Walking
die.
Dead does a very good job with
walking.
they're all walking zombies, but there's some. I mean, I'm always impressed.
think
I'm
for
like,
them
the
it's
tension is
so
always still
many.
there because there's so many, or
Yeah.
And if the swarm
people
starts,
are trapped,
you're fucked.
or whatever. But somehow, I mean, you can pull them both off. But yeah, run. I mean, the first time you see that was a moment in 20 Days Later, and you're like, oh I guess
Like this it got
different.
real.
Yeah.
Although they're not technically zombies, but
But it doesn't.
Well, technically, nothing's
I know.
technically
Walking zombies are fun in the like, oh, it's a playground of, or the sort of like calm terror.
Yeah.
Where it's just there's always that scene of them peering out and just seeing them all shambling.
Yeah.
And then going, I need to get from here to there. How am I going to do it?
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
it's a swarm. The swarm is
But it's running.
yeah.
is the
But
answer.
running is the answer.
Thank you, Steve.